I have this logo already created, and we're going to go ahead and make these into 3D extrusions. I've already made my text layer into a 3D extrusion, so I'm going to go ahead and look at my shapes layer here, which is the logo that I have in the center, and I'm going to turn that into a 3D extrusion. Now that's a shape that was made with the shape tool, and that's actually what's called a path. So I'm going to go to 3D, new extrusion from selected path. And as you can see, the extrusion is showing up here on my secondary view. If you don't see the secondary view, you can go to View, go down to where it says Show, and make sure that secondary view is checked on. So I have my shape here, and I want to make sure that the extrusion of the shape is not very deep, or is not very thick. So as you can see, the extrusion right here is pretty deep. So I'm going to go and select my deforms icon in my properties panel in 3D mode, and I can go ahead and select the extrusion on that, and I can control that a little bit. So maybe I'll make it like a 20 or 25 or something like that, so it's not quite as deep. And I want that to be in the back. Well, I'm just going to leave it where it's at right now. So so we can see on the secondary view that it turned that into a much thinner logo. So now if I go back to my layers panel, I'm going to see that I have two 3D panels, and I want to select both of those by holding down the Shift key and selecting both those layers. I'm going to merge them together. So if I click here on my menu for my layers panel, I'm going to select Merge Layers. And so now I have both of them in one place. Now if you look at it in the secondary view here at the top, they're right on top of each other. And what I want is for the logo to be behind the text a little bit. So right now it's right on top of each other. So I'm going to go to my 3D panel here, and I'm looking for the one that says Shape, which is this layer right here. I'm going to select that particular layer, the 3D object layer, and I'm going to bring that out to the back a little bit. So I'm going to use the tool that allows me to slide things forward and backwards, which is this tool right here at the very top of your screen. It's the Slide the 3D Object tool. So I'm going to actually hold down my Shift key just to make sure that it does it nice and straight. If I hold down my Shift key and then just slide up, I'm actually going to push up, and you'll notice that that starts to pull away from that away from the text. So I just want it to be away from the text enough so that it gives a feel of depth, and you can tell that it's a little bit further back in a three-dimensional mode, right? So now we have that logo that's slightly behind this text in both of these layers here. So that's what our logo is going to look like. In the next video, we're going to go ahead and actually take it into the timeline and animate it.